Hi guys, it's Alicia back for another Flip It Friday here at my work basket. I've got two for you today, both related to dolls and toys. So on Flip It Friday, I just go through a couple vintage magazines or pattern books, show off the pictures, show off the ads, chat about it, and then you get to chat with me about it in the comments. So feel free, absolutely, in the comments. You know, maybe you've had one of these, maybe you've made one of these, maybe one of these is hilarious to you. Just anything that jumps out at you about this video, be sure to comment. Let's chat about it. So I collect vintage magazines and vintage pattern books. I've been doing this for, I don't know, 15 to 20-ish years. I don't really remember when it started. It just kind of started and then slowly snowballed. And then now it's probably my biggest collection of all. I own hundreds of vintage magazines and vintage craft books. Yeah, it's a weird thing that I do, but I love them. And I find that most people actually like flipping through them also, but maybe not everybody is as crazy about owning hundreds of them like I am. So this is a chance for you to see them without having to spend the money or store them in your house. But this also helps you know if you want to search down certain issues to make anything. So first up today, we've got Eva's Animal Friends, complete instructions for making the world famous Eva soft toys. 23 illustrations in color and black and white with easy to follow patterns. So one of the things that pulled me to this is the monkey. I usually, not always, but I usually buy, let me back up a bit. There's a couple of things that I pretty much always buy. Pretty much any vintage magazine or pattern book that is super affordable, any one of them, anywhere. I also usually buy things that I see with funny monkeys, and I also usually buy things that I see that are for dolls and toys because I do like making dolls and toys. So this one got purchased for pretty much all three of those reasons. And here we go. I do love the kind of bashful eyes here. So this one I only did a super quick flip through. Honestly, when I buy magazines in person, I'm just like, okay, how much are they? And I grab what I can grab. Most of these are as new to me as they are to you, unless it's something I'm pulling out of my collection. These I actually just purchased recently, and you can see that in my Scrap Be More haul video. So I'm seeing all of these for the first time, also because these are new to me. So this one is copyright 1973. The Bear and the Owls. There's another owl up here. The Goat on the Mountain. I am loving this goat. I'm not going to lie. The like big buck teeth. The beard. The udders. The Little Orange Foal. And each one of them has these kind of stories that goes with it. On a delightful summer day, you may see, in a beautiful green field in the country, a white horse that has just had a little baby horse. Not red, but orange. The little horse has just been born, so it hasn't even got a name yet, and we don't know whether it is a colt or a filly. I think that until its mother has found a name for it, we had better call it Little Orange Horse. There are many white flowers in the green pasture. It looks so nice that you are apt to think that those flowers have only chosen a green field in order to show up better. And it really just goes on super, super cute like that. Like I've only read to here. A little rabbit was sitting before the white horse and Little Orange Horse. This rabbit wasn't half so much afraid as his little friends were. That's why, as you will see from the photograph, the others who are sitting a long way off had sent him to see who these strange animals in the field really were. Oh, adorable. Okay, so you've got the white horse, the beautiful little baby orange horse, and the tiny rabbits. This is adorable, little tiny rabbit sleeping. That is adorable. So the story really goes just like it probably explains to you why this little animal is asleep. I mean, that's cute. Oh, that's so cute. All right, we've got the Animals in the Jungle. Very much anticipated this is where that monkey would be. The elephant. Lions, I guess. What do they say? Tigers? tigers would make more sense, right? It's got quite a story. So a little girl apparently flies somehow to the jungle and then takes these animals' pictures, because otherwise no one would believe she was in the jungle. Unfortunately, because this book is well within its copyright time, I don't know how much of the stories I can safely read to you. So we'll just have to enjoy the pictures and the little blurbs I can do. The fishes and the hippos, and a crab, and this hippo. A little orange fish. While I do love sharing the vintage magazines, sharing the vintage patterns, I am extremely careful, cautious, and appreciative of copyright. Because as someone who makes patterns, I know how much work goes into it, and I respect and appreciate that. And I also can't keep sharing with you if I get shut down for breaking copyright laws. So I'd rather be very careful and then be able to keep sharing with you. So those are super, super cute. If this is your type of vibe, I mean, if you saw this cheap, I would totally get this. That was adorable. We also have the Dolls Clothes, Toys, Make It for Playtime, McCalls. Storybook dolls, baby dolls, nostalgia dolls, fashion doll wardrobe, pillow pets, puppets, bean bags, and more. And this is cute. It almost looks like a long sheep. It almost looks like a Dachshund. I'm curious to see what they say about that. So this was originally $1.25. It doesn't say on the cover when it was from. Let's see if I can take a guess. I am going to guess late 70s, early 80s. Let's see if there's any sign when we get there. Let Norm and Sue Morris develop your skills and talents through the wonderful world of home study, dolls, dressmaking, and flower arranging. You know, the flower arranging in dolls could be 60s, but something about this to me looks late 70s. Oh, it's both. Okay. So it's copyright 1964, 65, 66, 67, 68, 69, 70, 71, 72, 73. So I was not as right as I had hoped, but I was kind of onto it. Dolls to Sew. 5 cuddly armfuls straight from the pages of your favorite children's books are easy to make using the same basic body. Their clothing and embroidered features give each a different personality. We have Bo Peep, Jack and Jill, Little Red Riding Hood, and Little Boy Blue. Each doll is 11 inches tall. It's got the downsized patterns. I will be honest with you, I hate these patterns. I hate the scaled down patterns so much. We've got 2 sleepy babies. Their bodies are made from a foam rubber chair pad. 1 pad makes 2, covered with terry cloth and embroidered and dressed. Those probably are really quite snuggly and cute. Okay. The 2 little charmers to sew and stuff are shown in actual size. Dress them both in a wardrobe of colorful knits and crochets, all made in simple stitches. Faces are embroidered, hair is yarn. Let me tell you right now why I love this so stinking much. So this absolutely is a pattern that any younger child should be kind of capable of doing by themselves, with or without help, depending on their age. And then they can learn to crochet, and they can learn to knit, and they can create this all themselves. And I love that. By the time they made one or both of these dolls and these clothes, they would know how to do so much. And I'm so in love with that. I can see that this is essentially garter stitch with some basic cabling, ribbing. This looks like it has a slight pattern going in it. I mean, just what they would learn by doing these is amazing. 2 different types of shoes. These are a solid. These are a Mary Jane. I love this. I love everything about this. And the idea of how easy that would be to make. And not even just for little kids. I mean, if you're an adult and you needed to learn these skills, something like this is perfect. I love making things to learn a new skill. So to me, that is just perfection. We've got our Hillbilly Dolls. kind of love those. I think they're cute. South of the border dolls, made from stockings, are dressed in bright cotton and felt. Muchacho, 11 inches tall in sombrero, strums a felt guitar. Senorita, 9 inches tall, wears bead earrings to match her necklace and red roses in her hair. They're labeled Mexican duo, that set. And then we have Mary Miss. Rosy-cheeked lass has thick yarn braids, bright felt features. Her jumper, cut also from felt, is patched to make her body, which is made from a perky flowered print. Hands, feet, and head are cotton. Doll is 21 inches tall. So I'm looking at these. I hope this shows them. So it looks like they did kind of a reverse applique. And then they also, there's like a contrasting. It reminds me of an egg. It's got this like colorful circle, like a weird yolk, and then kind of this oval shape. And I was staring at it to see, I wonder how they did that. It looks almost like they cut through the jumper for you to see her body, but they definitely didn't. And it says applique. So, doll's clothes. This is going to sound crazy, but I wonder if one of my aunts had this exact thing, because I had a dress pretty much identical to this for my Barbies that my aunt made me, and I think she also sent one like this, but maybe without the beads. It'll fit any 11.5-inch fashion doll. And then there's more fashion doll clothes. 2 knit outfits for winter. Gold cape, skirt, and hat are knit in garter stitched with fingering yarn. And a ran knit dress and beret are patterned with seed stitch, ribs, and tiny cables of fingering yarn. Nostalgia dolls. I'm getting into the corn husk dolls. I'm sorry, I sneezed a bit ago and my nose is like, now. Okay, some corn husk dolls. These are some fairly detailed corn husk dolls. I've never seen one with necessarily that level of detail in a hat before. That's really, and the baby. And I mean, this hat also, like that's some pretty detailed corn husk dolls. Those are pretty impressive. Wooden doll. This is the one they show you. And it's based more or less on this one. Carved wooden dolls of the early 19th century were dressed and coiffed in the style of the day, as models of what the well-dressed lady wore. This antique doll is from about 1810. We carved a replica, opposite, duplicating the original's proportions and 17-inch height. Doll is cut from sugar pine and then shaped and whittled, and she comes with direction for her clothing. Now, I could be misspeaking, but I am pretty sure this doll is also in another magazine. And maybe in a magazine I've even featured somewhere on the channel recently, but not as a Friday flip. I'm pretty sure I have a pattern for her somewhere else. And what a lot of these magazine companies did was they would put an item in an issue, and then a while later you see that doll again in a different issue or a specialty issue. So it is very possible. It's actually happened before. Oh, wait. Okay, so maybe I am thinking of this one, because I absolutely, without a doubt, have this exact pattern and instructions elsewhere. So maybe I have both of them in the same, but I definitely have this one. So maybe I was thinking of this one when I was seeing the other one. Dainty China-headed doll is a pretty reminder of the past, when little girls loved soft-bodied dolls with china heads, arms, and legs. The china parts of our doll are created with a clay made from baking soda, cornstarch, and water. Her hair and face are painted with enamel. Doll, dressed in lace-trimmed dress of the 1800s, is 12 inches tall. So she is absolutely, without a doubt, featured in multiple vintage magazines and booklets. Like, I have her in other instructions. Charming printed fabric doll, dressed in the style of the 1860s, reflects the use of gay fabrics and trims in that era when children were dressed in the latest fashions. Clothes, features, and even her doll are drawn with tube embroidery paints. Finished doll is about 16 inches tall. So she has a very detailed pattern, and you would go in with the ball paints and print all that out. Pets to sew. Bright-eyed teddy bear has a wardrobe all his own. I love this crazy plaid vest. I'm not going to lie. Also, I mean, these clothes in general just look adorable. He has a denim jumpsuit for play and cozy flannel pajamas for bedtime, and the plaid vest and shorts for school. He's made of fake fur fabric trimmed with felt features, button nose and eyes, and stands 10 inches tall. Oh, you know what? I've got to show this to my husband. So my husband, when he was a kid, had a teddy bear named Charlie. And I have long been on a quest to find Charlie for him. And his mother did sew. So it is not impossible. And he kind of fits some of the parameters that my husband has laid out. Whenever I find a kind of funny vintage bear at like a thrift store or something that matches what he's told me about Charlie, I buy it and I bring him home and I'm like, hey, is this Charlie? And I kind of wonder what the chances are, because this bear fits some of the parameters of Charlie. So I'm going to have to show that to my husband and see if maybe we found Charlie. Checkered chums, small and clutchable, are just right for baby. Easy to make, too. Gingham pieces are joined with buttonhole stitch over foam rubber forms. Blue and white cat has a jingle bell in one leg and his own mouse to play with. I'm kind of torn between if these are cute or a little bit creepy. Like the turtle to me is cute. The duck is pretty cute. The cat, rabbit, and mouse get a little... And I think it's because the picture, like you can't tell how flat they are or are not. And some of the contrast stitching just takes away from it a little bit. But, I mean, all in all, they're pretty cute. Pillow pets. Lion pillow in bold prints and plains patchwork. Virtue patch squares. Shape them over foam rubber. And make the fluffy yarn and face. Of course, there's patterns like this in tons of vintage magazines and craft books. Here's some more pillow pets of gremlins. Sewn of velveteen and denim, embellished with yarn and felt, and softly stuffed. I think these are pretty cute, honestly. Oh, interesting. Okay, so I don't know why this took me a second, and maybe you're watching this and you're like, Alicia, you're an idiot. But from the picture, I couldn't tell that they're like identical. Just the way this one has the hat, I thought its body was more domed at the top. So they're the same exact body, and then just different flowers. This one has hair, this one has a hat, little bell pepper lips, and then I saw the pattern and it just says like red gremlin, green gremlin, and gremlin only has a face. And I was like, well, what about green gremlin's body? And that's when I realized they're the same exact body. I am a goober. Okay, Mr. and Mrs. Bunny. These are cute. And I've got to tell you, as far as vintage patterns goes, these are really well done. A lot of vintage knit and crochet stuffed animals tend to be a little, I don't want to say creepy, but they tend to use some pretty basic techniques and are not necessarily very detailed. So this one uses shaping to make feet, gathering to make wrists. You work crosswise and make a separate face. The details in these two rabbits are so much better and more detailed than most patterns of this era. And it shows. Like, these guys are amazing. So if you picture these and then use safety eyes instead of felt like they used to use, I mean, these would be really mind-blowing done today. And usually vintage patterns really date themselves with the techniques and styles used. These are cute. Like, these are so well designed. And most of these are as well. Like, that's impressive. So these are really, really well designed for the day. Like, I don't want to say that every vintage pattern was like a dud. I don't want to make it sound like all the vintage knit and crochet animals were like, you know, crummy. They weren't. But there was just there were just a lot different. They were a lot different, usually much more beginner friendly. And these just also, they feature large amounts of shaping and techniques to really make them look like the animal they're supposed to be. And that is amazing. And I think these chicks are actually just pom-poms, which is super cute. The chicks and ducklings. Oh, those are adorable. I'm really surprised to see so much detail in some of these vintage patterns. You really usually don't. Pink and Violet Martian boys have a mini monster playmate. All are made in rounds of single crochet with knitting worsted. The little monster is embellished with lazy daisies along his back, and the lanky boys stand 18 inches tall. These are pretty cute too. And these are simple. They're not like mind-blowing, but they are simple and very cute. Martians. Puppets! Jolly puppets are endless fun. Easy to manipulate, too. Puppeteer inserts hands in back of puppet to make him nod, wave, dance, etc. All in felt, lightly stuffed, clothes are removable. Make puppets shown here, then go on to create your own favorite characters for a theater troupe. Pretty cute. Oh, these are neat. So these are done as kind of like the classic, like cootie catchers, future tellers. But that's a way to make puppets too. And I've seen it done as puppets, honestly, as part of like a homeschool thing within my son's lifetime. I've seen them make some of these detailed puppets. But you can actually start out with the cootie catchers, fortune predictors, and make some really astounding puppets. I mean, look at that owl. Also, the Great Dane here is pretty... Great Dane or Boxer. Jumping jacks. These are made from popsicle sticks and are super cute. So these have popsicle sticks, wooden shapes. Actually, this isn't a wooden shape. This is like two popsicle sticks formed in the center to form a heart. This one's got the ends of the popsicle stick or tongue depressors cut off. And then they have beads for heads. Super cute, super cute. It looks like they used both tongue depressors and popsicle sticks because her legs are a different width than her skirt. And as you can see, her feet are different than his feet. Yep, tongue depressors and ice cream sticks. Those are pretty cute. Those are really well done also. This issue has not disappointed in the adorableness and detail. Snap-on toys. Okay, so this one is both cute and a little bit weird. So I was like, why are they called snap-on toys? And I thought maybe they snapped onto the background. But apparently their legs snap on and off. So you can essentially take the rabbit's legs and put it on, like you can mix and match the legs or not. But these are super cute. So there's another funny monkey. Cat, elephant, bunny, dog, and mouse. And yeah, their legs... Their legs move, snap on and off. It doesn't say their arms also. I would assume, and like if I was making these, their arms would snap on and off too. But those are pretty cute. And also kind of good detail. I mean, you could make those today and everybody would think they were adorable. That isn't true with all vintage patterns. Bean bags. Round face characters are fun to toss about. Oval-shaped felt bodies are filled with dried beans, and socks cover the styrofoam ball heads. I gotta be honest, this magazine, this special one, is really impressing me. Like, so many of these have amazing detail. And then it backtracks a little bit. These are super cute, but you're kind of losing that detail I was just so excited about. So you've got a cat, a pig, a dog, Santa, and an elf. Basic cookie cutter shapes. But they're cute. And there's always a time and a place for cookie cutter shapes. And a time and a place for detail. So we're coming to the end here. A bowling game. Bowl over a row of honor guard soldiers with a big felt ball. Each soldier is weighted with gravel, and the higher his number, the heavier the soldier. High scorer wins. Soldiers about 6 inches tall are cardboard tubes decked out in bright felt, and cotton batting fills the ball. I'm reading the little main info here. So that is a really neat idea to have them weighted. That's a really neat idea. They're pretty cute too. This one's eyes are a little googly. Special offer from McCall's to get some of their special issues and themes. Some stitch details of how to do some of the different things. And create a Morning Glory Zodiac quilt. The patterns are free. New from Barbara Taylor, 12 original designs for every sign of the zodiac, from Leo the lion to Pisces the fish or Taurus the bull. And the designs are free. When you buy Morning Glory cotton or Dacron batting, you get a free zodiac pattern with complete instructions right in the package. So make your own original zodiac quilt. Morning Glory batting in cotton or Dacron with its exclusive layer built feature makes quilting easy, simple. Morning Glory's layer-built batting opens easily and is extra fluffy, extra soft, easy to quilt by hand or machine. And Morning Glory batting is available in a variety of weights and sizes. When you quilt, use the best batting money can buy, Morning Glory cotton or Dacron. You can also get a quilting how-to. All right, so that is the end of those 2 dolls and toys. Magazines and books, kind of special issues. Not as many ads today because it was a special magazine issue. I do thank you for watching. Please chat with me in the comments about what you liked about these or disliked about these. You know, what stood out at you from this flip. I do a Friday flip every Friday. They usually are pre-recorded, so I record 2 or 3 in a row and just kind of schedule them. But still, every Friday, you can look forward to a new Friday flip. Throughout the week, I also share videos of just vlogs of me working on projects, quick tips, tutorials, and different things. So I hope you enjoyed watching. I hope you had a great day, and I hope to see you back again. So that's it. Bye, guys.